Today we're going to take a look at a design that I want to replicate 4 times, and we're going to be doing that by flipping the design. It's reflecting it from one quadrant to the next so that we can create a design that is completely whole by the end. And so I have my quarter design right here. You can see that there's a dot right here that indicates the center point, and I'm going to slip it under a piece of tracing paper. And the piece of tracing paper that I have here has been, there's been a square that's been drawn out for my overall tile design. You're going to have to forgive me because I am filming this myself, so I'm trying to do this in a logical way. Okay, so here's our tile design right here, and I'm going to go ahead and trace over the top, and it's a little challenging with the other hand not holding the paper. So you want a design that's complicated but not too complicated, because you're going to be painting that design, and you don't want too many nooks and crannies that you have to get into with a small brush. But then again, you don't want it to be so simple that it's not exciting. I'm using an HB pencil for this. You can see that I've taped down the tracing paper that I'm drawing on the top of so that it doesn't scooch around on me. It's always helpful if things don't scooch. One of the things I like about this design is that we have overall large shapes. You see this big teardrop shape here, but it's bisected by these little lines in here, so that when I go in with color, I can do 2 different types of paint color, which will be nice. And then we have this shape here, and so here's an example of containment, where we have a large shape and it has some medium-sized details in the center, but it's confined, it's contained within this shape. And then we have this swirly shape, which is going to be at the center of our design. Remember, this is the center point, so everything's getting flipped around this point. And so this little swirly is going to be swirled in all 4 places. And let's see, we're going to do this over here. And then we have these smaller details, which will be great for some accent colors. Okay, so that is complete. I'm just going to make a little line here so that I know where my midpoint is, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing down here. Best to use a ruler, but since I do not have an extra hand to hold the camera, I'm just going to use my the line of my drawing underneath. Okay, so now I'm taking this drawing out, and watch what I'm doing. I'm not doing this, I'm doing this, and then I'm going to slip it. So I flipped it, and then again I made sure that that dot is going to be in the center. And I'm going to slip this into place, and you have to make sure that this line is lined up with the line of the tile. Okay. Take your time, don't rush it. Okay, now you can see how that design's playing out. Now I would go ahead and sketch that, okay? Now, I'm not going to take it out, but then you'd take this tile and you'd flip it this way so that again, that point is in the centered. And so this design is going to line up and go out this way, okay? So you flip it, boop, just like that. And on this side, the design would be flipped like that, okay? And it should all line up so that this design goes into this design, okay? And that this line is mimicked this way. And this detailing is mimicked over here. Same thing over here. This line is going to be mimicked this way, and this detailing is going to be detailed here, okay? It's going to be, when you fill out the rest of this drawing, it's going to be like this has been flipped over. But you've done that by rotating back and forth, flipping that drawing underneath to make sure that you're using the same design each time. You just have to be clever with how you're orienting it. Okay, that's it.